Hello students, here we are with a new topic, and that is coordinate geometry. Now before starting with the topic, I'll just like to say that those who are new to the channel, please subscribe for the channel. Okay, now coordinate geometry. When we talk about geometry, we are already familiar with geometry. We study about lines, angles, and triangles, and all the polygons and all those things we study in the this thing geometry. Now coordinate geometry, this is the coordinate geometry. Now coordinate geometry is that branch of geometry in which we study to locate a point on the plane with the help of the ordered pair of numbers. Okay, now that means we are given a plane. Let us start with an example. Whenever you go to a multiplex, a theater, you are supposed to locate your seat. Then how you are given the seat number? Like it is given as G7, okay, or C9, like this you are given the numbers. Okay, now if the entrance is somewhere here and here you are having the seats like this in rows. Okay, now here you are supposed to find out your numbers. Okay, your seat. Okay, then how those seats are numbered? First of all, the rows are numbered, isn't it? The A, B, C, D, E, like this the rows are numbered. Okay, and after that the seats are given the numbers here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. So if you are given C9, then somewhere here you are supposed to go. Okay, so that is the thing how you locate. If you are supposed to search G7, then you will go up to G first, you will find out the G row where it is, and then you will go at the 7th number. Okay, so this is the case. Similarly, if someone tells you to find out the location of the your friend's house. Suppose your friend's house, you are standing at the circle here. Okay, there is a circle here, and here also there are houses. There is a block 1 here, a block 2 here, block 3 here, and block 4 here somewhere. And your friend says that first walk upwards. Upwards means in the up direction. Okay, and then in the 4th row my house is at the 8th number. Okay, so here there are rows. In this block there are rows. He said that in the 4th row my house is the 9th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 you will go, and then you will search for the 9th house. Okay, like this it goes. So how do we find out? We need to information about it. First is how much we are supposed to walk perpendicular, that means vertical, and how much we are supposed to walk horizontally. Okay, then only we are able to find out the location of a particular point or a particular place. Okay, now how does coordinate geometry relate to this? Coordinate geometry was introduced by René Descartes, and he introduced this kind of plane. Okay, how to locate a point on the plane, how to locate a particular place on a given plane or in a given locality, and for that he introduced these ordered pairs. Okay, he also introduced how to relate the equations with the lines and the curves. That is why how he related geometry with algebra. Here he related we even represent the equations on this plane, and it is the contribution of Descartes that he just used algebra as well as geometry together, and that is why the name is also given as coordinate geometry. Now here, and that is why this plane is also named on his name, and that is the Cartesian plane. Okay, now let's see how he divides the plane. The plane, as I showed you in the previous example also, that the plane he divides into 4 quadrants. Okay, now as we know that we need to know horizontally how much we are supposed to move, and vertically also we are supposed to move. So here also the plane, Cartesian plane, is also divided with the help of a horizontal line that we call as x-axis, and the vertical line that we call as the y-axis, and the position of the point that we are supposed to locate is represented in the form of an ordered pair. Okay, and that ordered pair is written as x and y, x comma y. So first the position of the first the x is given, the value of x is given, and then the value of y is given. Now what are these values of x and y? Wherever we are, that point is the point of origin. Okay, so that we name as the point where the x-axis, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. The point where the x and y-axis intersect, that is the point of origin. We can call it numerically as 0, and otherwise we call it as the point of origin. That means we start moving from here. Moving on horizontally, we move on the x-axis, and vertically we move on the y-axis. Okay, if we are going upwards from the point of origin, that means we are moving positively. If we are going downwards from the point of origin, then that means we are moving negatively. If we are moving on the right hand side of the point of origin, we are moving positively here and here negatively. Okay, so that this position of the point is represented with the help of the ordered pair. In the ordered pair, the distance from the origin on the x-axis is represented by abscissa, A-B-S-I-C-C-A. Okay, and the point on the this thing, there is a mistake in the spelling. It is A-B-C-I-S-S-A. Abscissa. We can also call it as the ordinate, and abscissa and the y-axis, the point that is represented by the y-axis. Okay, that means the distance of the origin upwards, that means vertically, that is represented by y on the y-axis, and that we call as ordinate. So these are also called as, abscissa can also be called as x coordinate, and ordinate can also be called as y coordinate. Okay, so there are two coordinates, those which are given in the ordered pair, they are the coordinates. Okay, so the distance of the origin on the x-axis, from the origin on the x-axis, is represented by abscissa or x coordinate. Okay, we call it as abscissa or x coordinate, and the distance of the origin on the y-axis is represented vertically with the help of ordinate, or we call it as y coordinate. Okay, so here whenever it is represented in the ordered pair, first we write the abscissa. It is written like this only, first abscissa and then comma and then the ordinate. We can also write it like this, as I have already written, first x and then y. Always first x and then y is written. Now, the Cartesian plane is divided into 4 quadrants. When we draw a horizontal and vertical line, then it divides our plane into 4 equal parts. Now, they are called, 4 equal parts, that means each is the quarter of the whole plane. So there are 4 quadrants. We move in the anti-clockwise direction. This is called the first coordinate. This is called the second coordinate. This is the quadrant. This is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, all the positive values. Now every value can go in positive as well as negative. When we are calculating the temperature, we are calculating the height, then if it is below the sea level, then it goes in negative. So many things can go in positive as well as negative. So on the x-axis, the positive values are written on the right hand side, same as we do in the number line, and they are marked at equal intervals. Same in the case of y, that upwards when we go, then they are all positive values. Okay, on the right left hand side, when we go on the x-axis, then same as in the number line, the values go negative, -1, -2. Here it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes on. Here it is positive, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it goes on. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and it goes on. It never ends here as the number line, and here it goes negative values of y, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and it goes on like this. Okay, so when we are having both the coordinates as positive, the value comes in the first quadrant. For example, if the x and y coordinates are both positive, if I say it is 2 and 3, I am given a point to mark, and that is a point. Let me write all here. The point A is given to mark, and that is 2 and 3. X coordinate is 2 and y coordinate is 3. So where will I mark it? Now 2, moving on the x-axis. First is the x coordinate and then the y coordinate. Moving on the x-axis, because first is the x coordinate. So 1 and 2, I reach here. Okay, now how much upwards we go, that is decided by the y coordinate, and y coordinate is 3. That means we are supposed to go up to here 3. The point where these two lines intersect, one is parallel to the x-axis and one is parallel to the y-axis. Where they intersect, that is there is our point A, and we write it as again 2 and 3. We just encircle it and write the point 2 and the coordinates 2 and 3. That is called the ordered pair. Why it is called as the ordered pair? Because always x is written first and y is written. That is the order that is fixed there. So x is written first and then the y. Okay, so when both the values of x and y are positive, then they come in the first quadrant. Now when here if we see in this quadrant, x values of x are negative here and y values of y are positive here. So when we are given x as a negative integer and y as a positive, then we are then in which quadrant they are placed? In the second quadrant. So x can be negative here and y positive here. Let's take an example. Suppose we are given let us take 4 and 2. Okay, x coordinate, that means abscissa is 4 here and ordinate is 2 here. So x will be negative here. I am taking negative x and positive y. Okay, so negative x will go in the left hand side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the position on the y coordinate is given to us as equal to 2. So it will go up to here only. So this is our point B, where these two intersect. This is the point B, and that is -4 and 2. Okay, so x negative, y positive comes in the second quadrant. Now coming to the third quadrant. Now if we carefully see here, then both are negative here, x as well as y. So when we are given a point to mark which is having both negative coordinates, like for example -3 and -3. Okay, x is also -3 and y is also -3. In that case, it will appear in the third quadrant. Both x as well as y are negative here. Okay, so let's see here. -3 comes here and -3 here. Okay, so here the point C, -3 and -3. So when both x and y coordinates are negative, they lie in the third quadrant. Now the last one is when the x is positive and y is negative. The point D we are supposed to mark. The let us take x as equal to 5, x equal to 5 and y is equal to -4. Okay, so here x is equal to 5, so the line will start parallel to x-axis from 5, and y is -4, so it will this is parallel to y-axis and this will go parallel to the x-axis and will intersect at this point. This is the point D, and that is 5 and -4. So when x is positive but y is negative, it lies in the fourth quadrant. Okay, now the questions are generally asked like this to mark the points on the Cartesian plane, and you are given the points like this only in the ordered pair, and you are supposed to mark them. Sometimes it is also asked that whether the points are in a straight line or not. So if we are asked that whether A and C are in a straight line, then we can definitely two points pass through a same line, that we know that we can draw a line passing a single line passing through same 2 points. So here we can join A and C. But if we are asked that all 4 points are lying in a straight line, then we would say that all 4 points are not lying on the same line. 2 points A and C are in the same line. If we join A and B, then they are in the same line. If I join A and D, then they are in the same line. But all the 4 points are not in a same line. Sometimes the questions are asked like 3 points are given and you are supposed to join them and form the triangle. If suppose we are given point A, B and C only and D was not given, then we would have joined A to B and A to C and BC, and that would have formed the triangle. Now, suppose we are given we have taken the examples of all types of coordinates, that means positive, negative, negative, positive, both positive and both negative. Now suppose if we are given a point E to mark, where we are given that x is 0 and y is let us take 2. Okay, y is equal to 2. We have already taken 2 here, so let us take y is equal to 4. Okay, now if we are given x is equal to 0, x coordinate is 0, abscissa is 0 and ordinate is 4, then where we are supposed to mark this point? Now x is equal to 0. So on the x axis we are not supposed to move on the right hand side or on the left hand side, but we are supposed to stay on the origin itself, because x is 0. So horizontally we are not supposed to move further. But y is equal to 4, so we will move on the y axis. On the y-axis we will move up to here, and here lies a point E, and that is 0 and 4. Okay, now one more example I will take. Suppose we are supposed to mark a point F in which we are given x is equal to -2 and y is equal to 0. Okay, now in this case what we are supposed to do? Again, x is equal to -2 we are given. So we are moving on this side, okay, left hand side. Here is x is equal to -2, but we can't move vertically upwards or downwards. Why? Because y is equal to 0. So the point lie here itself, and that is f point -2 and 0. What conclusion do we draw from this? The conclusion is that then whenever we are given x equal to 0, whenever the x coordinate is equal to 0, in that case the point lies on the y-axis, and whenever we are given y-axis as coordinate as 0 or ordinate as 0, then the point always lie on the x-axis. It does not lie in any of the quadrant, but it lies on the, because if the point is here, then I can't say whether it is in the second quadrant or it is in the third quadrant. It is lying on the axis. So whenever x is equal to 0, the point lies on the y-axis, and when y is equal to 0, that means the point will lie on the x-axis. Okay, now these are the conclusions. Now besides this, we are also given questions like join the line, what type of shape it is making, draw the 4 points, whether it is forming a parallelogram or a rhombus. It depends on the question. It depends on the question that what you are supposed to find there. The main things are the 4 quadrants in which the Cartesian plane is divided, where the positive, negative points lie. So in the first quadrant both positive, in the second quadrant negative, positive, in the third quadrant both negative, and in the fourth quadrant positive and negative. Like this it lies. So in the 9th class you are having this much in your syllabus, where you are supposed to know that this is the horizontal axis, this is the vertical axis. Horizontal is x-axis, this is the point of origin. When the x coordinate is given, you are supposed to move on the horizontal axis, y coordinate moves on the y axis. Okay, and when there is a any value of any of the coordinates is equal to 0, then the point lies on any of the axis, x axis or y axis. If x is 0, then it lies on the y axis. If y is 0, then it lies on the x axis. Okay, so this was the topic, coordinate geometry for class 8th as well as 9th. It is only this much part which has been covered in the topic, to locate the points on the Cartesian plane. Hope you understood how to locate the points on this axis and the main points that were there. I have cleared all the points here. Okay, hope you understood all the things here. Do not forget to subscribe for the channel. Thanks for watching.